Sin, could I get you to speak up just a little bit? We're starting to have a little bit of difficulty hearing you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I just was thinking, like, the more the new guys mix it up with the senior guys,
Yeah.
then that just rejuvenates the sort of circle of life within the industry, you know?
Yeah,
that seems to be a big problem, too.
Not to get all lying, but I mean, that's what I think, you know?
Yeah, that seems to be the big problem, too, that, you're really not seeing the senior, like you said, the senior guys really doing enough to get, for lack of a better word, I'll use the next generation over. I mean, honestly, I think we've had enough of, we've been saturated with Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and even Triple H so much to where it's sort of time for them to step down from the limelight, and sort of pass the torch on now, I mean, if it were me running WWE, I'd be building everything around Edge at this point, because that's the guy you build around, and you'd already have young talent over, like the Shelton Benjamins, the Charlie Haasses, the Kofi Kingstons, the MVPs, and the John Morrisons of the world, and even Evan Bourne.
Kazarnis, man. Don't forget the Kazarnis.
Oh
yeah, definitely the Kazarnis. I'll even put over guys at WWE let go, like Kenny Dykstra. Those are the guys we need to see now.
Yeah, well,
I think, like, I mean, talking to some of the guys, that are, free agents now, like myself, just saying, like, discussing it, just kind of like, coffee talk kind of a thing, saying, down in FCW, I mean, since they kind of got rid of all the new guys with experience, I mean, now, FCW, which is WWE's farm team, they're kind of starting from scratch.
Yeah.
There's really nobody down there that is in anywhere near ready. I mean, there's a lot of great guys that work real hard, but they're so far from being groomed that, so what does that mean? Undertaker's got to wrestle for another 150 years before the next crew of guys is good to go. Yeah. So, I mean, the guys that are fresh out on the freelance scene, like your Colt Cabanas, your Kazarnis, your Kevin Thorns, your Boogeymans, I mean, say what you will about different guys' skill levels or what have you. I mean, all these guys bring something to the table. All these guys are not brand new, just ready to be starting to be trained and are years away from being on SmackDown or Raw or ECW. You could put a Colt Cabana in a WWE ring tomorrow and he'll do great. You could put a Kazarni in a WWE ring tomorrow, he'll do great. Same with all those other guys, There's guys like Gavin Spears who showed up for 10 seconds, who is an awesome wrestler. But, they didn't like his gimmick or really lack thereof. But, I mean, his skill level is tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you were a big fan of Papa Shango.
I love Papa Shango. Of course I love. Why wouldn't I love Papa Shango?
He was fantastic. In whatever persona he was in.
I always thought, I always just thought, like, as far as, like, Papa Shango, when I first saw Boogeyman, I just thought, why is he not, like, Papa Shango Jr. or something like that? Like, I just thought, like, Boogeyman name was just such a wide open name. I mean, that's like that's kind of like an uncopyrightable name. That's like calling somebody, like, Hercules or Thor or something. It's like a household name, wrestling or otherwise. So you'd think maybe WWE would want to kind of...
Boogeyman was 5 years old.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, there's a Papa Shango Jr. Why, of course he is. To me, when I was a kid, I mean, Papa Shango was kind of, the first Boogeyman.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think a lot of these, like, what you can borrow from yesteryear, I think really helps. Like, why wasn't Prince Albert, why wasn't he George Steele Jr.?
Yeah, especially with all the hair on the back.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of a no-brainer, and then why do they not show that, Jesse from Jesse and Festus, why do they not let anybody know that he's Ray Gordy's son? Why do they not, why did it take them so long to have Deuce, let everybody know he was a Snuka?
Yeah.
I mean, they're so high on this wrestling royalty and lineage. I mean,
well, they eventually did, but then not too long after
it took them years to do it.
Yeah, he was gone.
Yeah, as soon as they did it, he was gone.
Yep.
I mean, like, say, like, Albert and George, I mean, there's no direct relation, but, I mean, just as far as, like the suit and ties conspiring to do good marketing or what have you.
Why not? They finally recognized Carlito for who he is, as Carly Colon.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, look how long it took them before they just stopped calling him Carlito.
Or Carlito Caribbean Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if I was in charge way back now, I'd have brought him out as Carly Colon. Well, what's the problem? You know, he brings wrestling heritage and prestige with him. Yeah. You know, he's going to get it done on his own. He's a talented guy, so of course he's going to carry himself, no problem. But it still doesn't hurt. It's an extra bonus to say, you know, look, he comes from this prestigious wrestling family.
Yep.
I mean, I think they miss a lot of things that they could really run with, but I mean, at the same time, then they do a lot of great things, and they make a lot of success. So I mean, you know, who's to say? Like, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah.
You know, like, but just kind of going back a few minutes on topic, as far as just like throwing different guys out there for just different reasons for the sake of it. Like I was saying before, like you knew, you know, if you're getting like a Ricky Steamboat or a Macho Man or a Tito Santana, you knew you were getting an intercontinental match or what have you.
Yep.
And why do I got to be quiet? Who's yelling at me to be quiet?
No,
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was on here.
No,
you be quiet, lady.
The voice you are now hearing is another caller that I went ahead and brought on the line. We'll keep Wacko Bob on. This is Paula Joe. Paula Joe, welcome to WrestleShoot.
How are you, Kazarni? Sorry about that, darling.
I'll do a cupcake, no problem.
Michael Porter, I will get you. You know that.
Well, I figured I'd just go ahead and throw you on.
Well, my 6-year-old wants to talk to Kazarni, so I was waiting until you got on the phone so that I could put him on.
All righty, we'll put your 6-year-old on and let him
bring on little 6. I'm sure we're right at the same maturity level. So
hang on, here he is.
Okay.
Talk to him.
Hi, Kazarni.
Hey, pal, how you doing?
I'm not Paula.
I said, hey, pal, how you doing?
I am Justin.
What's your first name, Justin?
Jimmy. What do you want, Jimmy?
Justin.
His name
What do
is
you want,
Justin.
Jacob? What do you want, Dave?
Justin.
I am surprising when you first won your match, and we really miss you in WWE.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Here's Mom.
Sounds like little Justin is quite the fan.
Oh, my God.
Tell Dave
Porter, your ass is mine, Porter. Oh, now,
hi, buddy.
Now my other one's screaming, hi, Kazarni.
You're awesome, dude.
Shut up. She said you're awesome, dude.
Thanks, man.
I think she liked the sword swallowing thing.
Oh, that was cool.
She said that was really cool. She liked that. You guys be quiet so I can hear. I didn't call to interrupt your conversation, but he really wanted to talk to Kazarni, so I had to call you.
Oh, not a problem whatsoever. You know, the more callers, the better. You know, and
that's right.
And he said that he would, you know, be happy to talk with any of our callers.
I'm not scared to talk to anybody. Bring it on. I'm happy to talk to the fellow humans.
My little humans. Do you talk to little unhumans too?
Sure.
I know a few of those I can send your way. That's
well, I've
funny.
seen some of his videos too. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let you carry on because they're just being way too loud in here, and it's hard to hear.
All right, Paula Joe. Well, thanks for calling, and tell Justin I said hello, and your daughter as well.
I will.
Tell Justin I said thank you very much.
I will, and I'll make sure I get in touch with Youngblood tonight, Michael, and I'll have him get in touch with you because he wanted me to call him. I just can't get an answer from him.
All righty, Paul. Well, you take care and have a great day.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, I just got Michael Youngblood as a friend on Facebook, so now I'll be able to communicate with him more.
Yeah, he's. I was talking with Michael, and he wants to be on WrestleShoot. I'm just waiting for him to contact me back about being on the show. So interesting callers today. You know, right from Shanika, right through to Justin. So we have some interesting callers, questions, and comments for our special guest today. So you know. SiNN, although your career as Kazarni with the WWE was, you know, fairly short-lived, what would you like to tell the fans who've stood by you throughout your career? Because you've had just about a cult following, you know, almost entirely throughout your career.
Well, I've always gotten along with people. I always take the time, like, I never understood how any wrestler, actor, musician, athlete would not want to take time talk to the people that they're putting their life's work into entertaining. Like, I'm a karma guy. I'm a hippie-ish kind of guy. And I'm completely flattered when, people want to see me wrestle, when they've enjoyed my wrestling matches. I just think that's the best compliment I can ever get. So what I will do is I will leave it up to the people to bother WWE or TNA. If they want to see me one or the other, then they need to hold up signs in the audience and let TNA or WWE know. And then we'll let the chips fall where they may.